Hang on, guys. I'm trying to get something figured out here. I'm trying to use another smart TV as a way to view the chat because it messes up on my phone. And the chat is not pulling up on the television. So I gotta see if there's like a setting or something. Chat. Of course, the sad thing is they're the same brand TV, so my remote's functioning on both of them. All right, I think it's got on the chat. I got to get the TV back on of it. Let's try it again. Dog's being a royal pain in the butt. I'm going to repeat my welcome message. Hey, there it goes. And I can read the whole thing on the lower TV. It'll just be weird having the stuff on both screens because the one's going to be delayed. All right. So what we got to do now is we still have 2 short logs to go get. And I actually believe that there's another one of these add-ons for the short logs. But where do the short logs get picked up at? They probably clear to the other side of the map somewhere. Yep, clear to the other side of the map. Up in my favorite neck of the woods, where you're sure to fall over. Actually, there's a way from over where I am to get there, so we'll probably take that route to get up there. But I need to go back to the garage and re-outfit the truck. So, that said, we're going to head back to the garage. Hello, Rio. How are you? Just ask your crush out, you're extremely nervous. Well, you know, it takes a lot to ask him out, but that's the hardest part. And it's good to have somebody that you got a crush on and stuff, but when you look at it, what's the worst thing you can try? No sleep tonight? Sam's trying to be a pain in the butt now. Completely ignored me since we got home. Fire up the game, and now he's all about, pay attention to me, Dad. Pay attention to me, Dad. Wanting to play fetch and hug and all that. And he makes it very difficult to drive a truck. Dogs are the best. Yeah, he's a fun little guy. Even when he's being a pain in the butt, he's a fun little guy. He's going to find himself outside all by his lonesome here in a minute. He don't stop. little itty bitty rock holding me up. I missed it. Now, I am curious about if this has actually got 2 loads on here, because it showed 2 loads available when I dropped off, and I only recall loading 1. I didn't think this could hold more than 1. But yet it's also still got the containers on there, so if they were empty, the containers should have disappeared. I could try something else too that I wanted to try. Because I wanted to see if while the logs are stored in those containers, if you're able to drop them off, and if they stay in the containers. We're going to try this real quick before I go into it. Refit. Let the anchors down. Use that. Alright, we want to wait on that part. Oh no, see it okay, well. That answers that question. Sort of. So many winch points on that truck. Yeah, there's a lot of winch points. It does say unpacked cargo, so there's got to be more. Yeah, it won't move it while there's cargo there. Packed. But I can unpack it. So we're just going to go ahead and remove it because I don't need them right now. And they're all going to disappear when I change this anyhow. We do disable the anchors. So I can hold 2 loads of logs in that carrier. Interesting. And it doesn't say, it just says a loading platform made from a missile launch battery that is no longer in use and has been modified to carry logs. Logs cannot be fired. Doesn't tell you that it does 2 loads, but it apparently does 2 loads. So we'll see if the one from the short logs does the same thing. Now, our route, we're going to come pretty much back the same way we just were. Only, instead of going up there, once we get on here, we got to come across. I think I can come up here, here, work our way straight across. I'm not going to hit every little turn in there, but we all kind of know the general route. What do you mean you can't shell enemies with logs? I know, right? It just seems a little unfair. It's a pretty good way to carry logs. And especially if it carries 2 loads in one shot. No trailers necessary. No tipping over because you're high centered. Or got a high center of gravity. What more can you ask for, right? Well, I was going to try to connect with Gareth tonight, give him a hand getting caught up, but I think he may already be asleep. He's 5 hours ahead, so I just talked to him this morning, let him know I'd messaged him when I got home, and messaged him, didn't get an answer, so just put it at the logging site, fire the logs at the sawmill. Hey, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Oh. Well, perhaps I'll be able to connect with him and give him a hand tomorrow or something. He's trying to get caught back up. He was forced to revert to a PS4 for his gameplay because his PC failed him. It'll be a minute before he gets a new PC. So busted out the PS4 copy and going that route. Might cause little damage, but the efficiency, yeah, I mean, think of the fuel you'd save. You wouldn't have to worry about buying all that fuel to drive from one end of the map to the other. Conversation calms you a little? Is that because now you're afraid of getting shelled with logs? There. Now he's calmed down. You're not the only one that calmed. And finally went over and laid down. One minute, I gotta turn the ringer down on this one. Of course, now that I know there's a new method of watching the chat will work. I just need to get a smaller TV to use. Using a 50-inch flat screen TV to read chat, a little overkill. Could be interesting getting up this hill. Maybe not too bad. I mean, it is a bit steep, but you know, we're making it. Cake. I don't know what kind of cake. What's a cake? I like a cake. What road is that? That was from here. Down here. Ooh, that might be a good way going back. Remind me to take that road. Snowrunner is realistic. Realistic at the very least. Off camber. You gotta hit some big rocks when I'm off camber, right? Nothing like making the truck bounce around. The truck bouncing all over the place on an off camber hill has never flipped one over yet. Okay, have an autonomous wings. Bet that's one of the indestructible pines, because that would be the ideal way to go, is cut straight through. That's one of those don't you dare run me over pines. Got one right there, trying to keep it away from the current. Try to leave George's barbecue alone. I don't want to make him mad by flattening his grill. Don't crack your patio. Last thing you want to do is come back up here with cement just to fix his patio. Empty yet? Darn near. I don't need fuel, but I'm going to take it anyhow because I'm trying to get it emptied and just have an excuse to pull it all the way back to the garage and sell it. 22 gallons left in there. We'll be able to empty that out on the return rate. Not that I really need the money to sell it. It's kind of more or less to clean the map up a little bit. Got that one. Give that a little bit of a move here so that it'll disappear when I get up to it. Look at that nice wide open expanse. Shut her down for a quick second. Cargo management. Short logs. It seems like it automatically loads 2 loads of them. Because it only says 1, but it's showing all 6. Of course, it still says load. I'm curious how many I can put on there. So that's 2. 3, 4, 5. Let's see how long until it stops saying load. 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I think 10's good. I don't know if there's really 10 in there. Oh no, I got 11 in there. I have 11 loads of short logs on here. I don't think I'm going to need that many. But this might be my new logging truck. Or not. Or it might not. I mean, hey. I think 11 is about maybe 9 too many. All right, well. Lost tire. The engine took some serious damage. Suspension. All right. Well, I need that anyhow because I got to figure out to get back up there. See where I'm at. We got to come through here, up the hill here, over here, back up here. All right. So no more than 2 loads. 'Cause, I mean, although it let me put that many on, yeah, it didn't like it. So damaged. Why the engine is showing red, I don't know, because it doesn't have that much damage. It's only 81 out of 800. All right. Spare wheel. All my tires are good. All right. Fuel tank, good as new. Engine, good as new. Suspension. Well, that was weird. Oh, out of goodies. Okay. Well, time to roll. I have to turn that into a torque lane. Flying C2, self-defense recovery. Come on, get moving. Not playing in the rock. We're gonna have to bring it back to corner here in a minute. Hello, Adrian. G'day, headaches, real. Came on stream at the right time. Oh, you seen that, did you? Oh. That was definitely an interesting one. Come on, roll. Alright, you want to roll that way? We'll take it. You can get back on your feet. And back over we go. Let's see. I'll rip that out of the ground. Yep. What good's an autonomous winch if it just rips everything out of the ground? Alright, let's bring it back to morning. We can at least see what we're doing when we roll in. Did you just see the rollover, or did you see what happened prior to that? We're gonna try this because you see that floating log there? Yeah, that was at one point in time loaded on my truck. In fact, let's get that out of the air. We don't need any floating log. Apparently, there's no floating log. There's a bunch of floating logs. Going to bed. I'll give the news in the morning. All right, yeah. Be interesting to know how that turns out for you. Wish you the best. One, two. That's it. Only two. All right, only two. I'm not loading 11 of them on here again. Knock on wood. I got 2 loads of it in here for you. Definitely not trying to put more than 2 on here anymore. Alright, that might be a lie because I might have used rope for 3 at some point in time. Definitely not doing 11 inches. Alright, I gotta set my route. Like I said, it's fairly straightforward, but at the same time, no reason to leave room for error. Okay, now, yes, we're going to come through here, and then there's a road running along this way. Brings me back to this one. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna back a little bit. I'm gonna go back down the same hill that I came up. Why? Just because it can come in the back. Alright. That's good. Leave me alone. I don't have any more repair parts. you're apparently able to load an infinite number of logs on here. You just cannot move with an infinite number of logs. Come with me. Come with me if you want to. I can't remember what I named this guy. I just named him. I can't remember. Charlie, Fred, I don't know. George. Playing in the rock system. Right at the edge of it. Even that barrier wouldn't matter anyhow. No, George won't let you get past it. Fuel trailers, its parents and stuff up on the way down. All right, steep hill to climb. Try to stay to the right so stay off the rocks and not lose traction. Now we're going to cut left across the little guys. I don't want to have to drop the trailer here and just fall all the way back down the hill. Come on. Get up there. There you go. Cargo management. 2 available. 1 and 2. All right. Thanks for your help. Now we can be competitive here in this rural Michigan market. Here's your cut. 3,109 XP, $34,890. It'll cost about that to fix my truck. We'll take that. And it still shows me loaded with 2. Huh. I only put 2 on this time. Weird. Alright. So let's get this back to the garage. And then we can see about some workers' accommodation. So maybe the first time around, I thought I only loaded 1 load of mediums. Maybe I didn't. It just keeps giving this to you. Strange. Very, very strange. Come on. Get up out of there. At least here, if I have to drop the trailer to pull myself out a little bit, it's not going to fall backwards down the hill. It's going to stay within reach. Almost. There we go. I think it's that front set of anchors digging in. Water's deep enough there. It's about swallowing that fuel trailer up. There we go. Scoot off to the left side, get out of some of the mud, get a little bit of traction. Oh, why are you trying to take a wicked bounce right there? You act like you've never been through here before. Alright, we're going to have to give a little tug and then we'll reconnect to the trailer. We're not so worried about the trailer being on its wheels. just so long as it comes along. There's the truck trying to climb trees again. He thinks it's a cat, I swear. But it's definitely an interesting add-on. The one I found for this I don't really like a whole lot is the 4-slot trailer that it has. Because it connects so far forward on the chassis that you can't go over any kind of hills with it. Now, before I put this in the garage and get rid of this add-on, because it's got short logs in it, I want to go through these paths and make sure I don't need any more short logs. So, that's that one. No short logs. Double the results. No short logs. New discovery, no short log. Lumber mill 3, short logs times 1. So I need to take those over there. I need one short, one medium, and one long. That is lumber mill 3. Okay. Hey, Steve, how you doing? Good to have you in here. You missed it, Steve. So I currently have the short log add-on on here, which looks remarkably like the one for the medium logs, just a little shorter. And apparently you can load an infinite number of logs into your truck. You just cannot drive with an infinite number of logs loaded on your truck. So I've got quite the little clip that I'll be uploading later to show you guys. Playing with Gareth? That's good. I was going to try to connect with him when I got home. I sent him a message when I first got home and didn't get a reply. I didn't know if he was busy doing something or maybe you guys were playing or whatever. I was going to try to give him a hand. And I know the time difference and everything with what time I get home, it can be hard. So figure tomorrow I get home from work usually around 11-ish. Well, between 11 and 12. So maybe we can connect tomorrow, give him a hand, and help him get caught back up. But what I'm doing right now is working my way through here, trying to figure out what else needs short logs, because even though I only loaded 2 on the truck, it still shows I have 2. So I'm just trying to make sure where I need to deliver them all. All right. So I got one for lumber mill 2 and one for the lumber mill up here. And Cadence Firewood is also short log. So we're going to see if this holds true. We are going to hit Cadence. And we'll hit this one and see what we have left. Had a few hours doing some contracts and tasks, getting them some money and XP. As he's on PS4 till his PC sorted. Yeah, I know. The whole PC thing kind of messed up. I was talking about that earlier. It really stinks for him. All right. So, how do I want to go about this? Get this drawing my route out. I think we're going to try coming this way to get down to Cadence Firewood Run Delivery. See about running the shoreline here. That'll get us to Cadence. And then from there, we go back up the hill. And then we got to come through the yard. Found the mod files for that truck. Just need to download and activate them. Yeah, it's got some interesting things for it, that's for sure. Parking brake. I'm going to see if this has the same option with this on here about being able to go into the garage, get repaired, refueled, and not lose your cargo as long as you don't customize. All right. Still shows 2. Still shows 2. Yeah, I pretty well destroyed the truck earlier. Well, I was flying around and dancing up in the air, scattering logs all over the sky. I had 11 loads of logs on here and tried to drive away with them, and it wouldn't let me. Now let me put the correct ones up. Doing Cadence Firewood run first. Start tracking. Hey, Adam. How's it going? Good and stuff. I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain. It was a good day at work. Everything went pretty smooth. Alright. 2 available. We unload 1. Still says 2 available. The particular module might be a bit teedy. Alright, now we need to go lumber mill 3. Start tracking. Yeah, this truck might be a little bit on the teedy side, including the fact that, well, once loaded, you're never unloaded. Then on this particular map, you don't necessarily want to drive across it any more than necessary. Could be a good thing. Season 15 getting larger rig trucks to make life a lot easier? Oh, absolutely. I don't know if I bought this one on my main save yet or not, so pretty much why it would not have gotten used for Season 15, but definitely an easier way to do it. And again, once you're loaded, it's always loaded, so you don't have to keep driving back to the launch station. Alright, let's see if I sneak through this way, if I do it without destroying the fence. Take 2 is short, 1 and medium on the other. Do it in 1 trip. Yeah. Oh, 1 behind you. Are you pushing up against the tree? Get off the tree. Oh, What's that? Invisible. Yeah. Careful if you do this. There's an invisible hitbox here. Absolutely nothing on the ground. But it'll bring you to a complete sudden stop. And it's pretty big, whatever it is. Alright, well, once we get up here and we drop off the front log with this one, bring it back around to daylight. Back to morning time. Alright. Well, still have two available. Alright, bring it back around in the morning. And what was the other one? Lumber mill 2 needs 2 short logs. Let's start tracking that. Where are we currently? We're currently up here. Well, there's that way around. Alright, I know I shouldn't, but I'm going to, just to add a little excitement. But we're going to stay on the road. Then we come through this way. All right. One thing I've learned taking this particular route here across the ridge line, it will add some excitement. If you want to flip your truck, drive it without paying attention. Classic Snowrunner, I probably should go through. I do a lot of this in honor of Gareth. You know, it's just because I know he would do it. He's kind of my hero. He wouldn't shy of it. Early enough in the morning, the fog has it burned off. Make it real nice and easy to see where I'm going. Still not sure how I'm going to get that fuel trailer out of there, if I even bother to try. We're going to creeper gear for pulling down here. Alright, made it past that part. Bump it up just a smidge. There are good ideas and bad ideas, and then Snowrunner ideas. Sounds like a good plan until you try it, and it all goes to shit. Yeah. Well, that worked out better than I expected. Staying on the road was a help. But the road doesn't work so well going up the hill because of all the rock. Come on. Get up there. Get up. Good. Nothing within range of that. The road, you've not seen a road longer than a few feet on this flat. And you probably won't. Ow. All right. Ones and two. And look, I still have two available. But I don't believe I need any more. I already did those. No. 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 I already did those ones. No. No. And I already did those ones. So we are all done with short logs. Gonna leave you to play. Off to bed. All right. Have a good evening. Enjoy your sleep. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Maybe we can hook up with Garrus and help him out a little bit in the afternoon before my stream. In the meantime, guys, I'm going to get this truck back to the garage. We'll put the medium logging one back on there so we can get all these medium logs done and dealt with. And I think the only one that needed long, no, look for long logs. No long ones there. No long logs there. No long logs there. No long logs. one long log going to lumber mill 3. That is it. So we've got a couple more loads of medium to do to lumber mill 2 and Cadence. And then long logs. And that's one load of those going to lumber mill 3. Right, was lumber mill 3? Yes, lumber mill 3. So, we're going to take the quick and dirty way back to the garage. Instead of driving all the way there. Cargo will be lost. Do you wish to continue? Sure. Alright. We are going back to the medium carrier. See, that right there, I don't like it because it connects so far up front. It's got all that bed space underneath of it. So unless you're on completely flat and level ground, it's kind of useless. All right. Now we are off to some more medium logs. Quite great. It really is. It's got a lot of different things that it can do. And again, it kind of feels a little on the cheaty side to use it for the logging just because once we've added one load, it's infinite. But on this map, it's worth it. Just call me Cheaty McCheat. I mean, with it, you do have the option of putting the saddle on there, and pulling a regular trailer. You can pull a pintle hook trailer. So you don't have to use this particular log carrier in order to move your logs if you don't want to. Like if you do feel that it's too much of a cheat, no judgment here. Used a million torque trucks for a while. I don't think I've seen any of them ones. Of course, they might not be available on the console. Lost the tire. Maybe not play on PC. what we'll probably do, we'll probably drop off Cadence first, then go over to Lumber Mill 2. This Cadence is right here. I figure too, on a mod map like this, where the map is extremely difficult, sometimes you need a little OP and a little extra help in your truck. I'm just going to go down to her here and avoid that invisible pit box. Whatever in the world it is indicating that you're running into. Honestly, I have no idea what happened to that person. It was laying on the ground when I got here. Medium R. If I do that, it shows 1. I'm going to put 2 on there anyhow, but I don't think I need to, because I think even at 1, I think I will always have 1 there. Alright. No quick and dirty way off of it. Now without throwing yourself off the cliff. Cadence is over there. He's pretty much just coming up. Stepping back. Over there. Gotta go. Have a good stream. All right, not a problem. We'll talk to you later, Adam. Thanks for stopping in. Gotta put one in the middle so I stay. And here. And figure out my drop up. You believe. Maybe while I'm going by it, I'll see about trying to drag that trailer back out of there again. I don't know. All right. Oh, let me fix that tire. Now I'm under my tires. It's through the trees here. Straight line. We're not going to straight line very well if it's turning into the tree. Probably could push that over. Find out. Angle killed me. Quick. ATL, stat. When you were going up? Oh yeah. One thing you learn from playing these maps, listen to gear lines. Lower gears are your friend. Watch that dip. Get that out of the wrong hand. Pull that up. Thanks for your help. Should have a fun weekend with long fires all night. Well, you know, good fires are good. Good fires are good. Makes a lot of sense. Words. Anyhow, that is 1,466 XP, $9,289 cash. Still shows me with two of them, so both of them are pretty much, once you're loaded, infinite. Now across the lake. A little bit of low plus because I know we're going to hit squishy stuff. And sandbar. Not try this at home. I am a professional. Professional what? We won't say. It's just going to go with professional. Perhaps I could try pulling that maintenance trailer back down the rest of the way and getting it back out in the field. I'll be right next to it. I believe the last time I came through, I just followed the weeds so the place was in rock. I'll mess with that trailer. That's floating there because I came through here with what would definitely be the wrong truck. It was one of the Western Stars. I can't remember if it was the 49 or 47, but it was definitely the wrong truck for the job. Well, that's unfortunate, because that means I got to go back to get more medium long. Or bring a log truck over. I made you bring the rock truck over. Truck with a logging train or whatever. So, it's out and about somewhere, I think, still. Yes, no, maybe not. Thought it was still map facing the right direction. No, I thought it was still on this hill here, but I must have took care of it. So it must be back in the garage. Yep, she's right there. Yeah, that was the button I wanted. I want to make sure it's autonomous. Okay. Leave garage. Time of day. We are first thing in the morning. So, start with resetting our direction. Actually, that might be easier. Really? Stop adding more. This is kind of a pain in the neck to have to do with a controller. You just can't be as accurate as you want to be grabbing hold of them. That's pretty good. Freeze. Probably should have changed away from the heavy duty rescue suspension because it's not hauling the rescue truck rescue body. I gotta make sure you're close enough just to look it out of the next one. I think that particular suspension might be a little on the stiff side for what I need, but oh, that thing shouldn't have done. It's already good. Up and down, up and down. Both off camber. Oh, can't go on. Too crowded. Down it is. Looks like I lost my chat connection. Let's see if I can pull it up on my phone. It's on my phone. So. Try to get the TV to reconnect. There we go. Connecting to live chat. All right, that's waiting. All right, let's see if we can't get these logs picked up. Might not be able to do it. That was the button I wanted. That isn't the button I want either. I'm going to have to reposition the truck. Rocks around here. This to be a nice little challenge. We're going over again. And of course I had to slide right there, which makes it real difficult. a pretty big tree to just pull out of the ground. There we go. Let's get you on my roof. No. You behave yourself. I feel like I'm talking to the dog again. I gotta change to. We gotta reposition this one so I can get the other one around it. Get this guy a little bit closer to the end. I quite know how well this is going to work out. Let's try this. Need all the help I can get. With this for a quick second. So I got to be closer to that so that I can get them far enough in. be able to restore that. Back her up a fair bit here. Truck. Pack cargo. Alright. Really? One, two, where's the third one? In the way. Reach it. Oh, you can touch it. You just can't get it. Reposition just a little bit. Got me over there a little bit closer now. Oh, come on. Before I could at least touch it. If that thing would drop down on there. Let's get these two there close to you. Anchors on here. Of course, you know whether it's sitting cockeyed crooked, it's not going to let it back. Because that's just what it works. I got to get into a better position to get that other log. Not sure what position that's going to be. Fall over. That's why you were attached with the lid. Or you wouldn't fall over. And of course, it's going to move that instead of me. You stupid thing. Alright, this is going to be, what's that word MJ likes to use? Fast? And it doesn't help that the winch point on this truck is so far to the back. Come on, get her up there. Alright. This is always the ideal situation for fishing logs out of the water. Still no guarantee that I can reach it. Like this thing doesn't exist. It's not grabbing hold of it. Alright, hold on. Restore crane. I gotta push this trailer. Look at that. It's like it's not there. It fell off into oblivion. I think the game is sold. log just isn't there. Grabber stays straight. The grabbers want to fall over. I thought maybe the rock face is what's doing it. Yeah. I'm thinking I'm going to end up just having to go and get more. I can move it side to side, I just can't grab it. I need that log. Go to the train for a quick second. I know it's a dangerous water level. I'm terrible. Water was trying to look hard to see anything. See the log move when I set the crane around. It just will not grab it. Well, this is unfortunate. Alright guys, we're going to call it right there. I will have to go back and get more medium logs to finish this other part out. So in the meantime, if you like what you see, hit that like button. If you really like what you see, feel free to share, comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. And hit that little notification bell so you'll know when I go live. And until then, we will see you next time when we can either fish this log out or we go get new ones. Have a good evening. VTech, sorry I didn't see you pop in. My chat's kind of funky for some strange reason. I think it's a PlayStation.